through these years of working with athletes, I've learned so much, and there's so much that we can learn and adapt to our lives through what they do to get ready for competitions and all the rest. Now, what impresses me so much about Thalison Soares, who's going to tell us right now about what he's accomplished in Jiu-Jitsu, that he's only 24 years of age. We can learn, no matter what age we are, from people younger than us, especially when they're on the top of their game. Mate, thank you for your time. Can we start by just explaining how much you've accomplished in the world of Jiu-Jitsu?
I'm a Jiu-Jitsu black belt today. I got my black belt when I was 19.
Yeah.
And I became world champion at blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, and black belt, gi and no gi. Yeah.
Wow,
So,
each of the belts?
Each belt level.
With and without gi,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I have won every award in every belt. And I have done 4 Grand Slams. So the Grand Slam is when you win the 4 major competitions. So that's Europeans, Pan Americans, Brazilian National, and Worlds. I have done that like 4 times in a row.
So you've won all 4?
Yeah,
4 years in a row.
Yeah.
4 times in a row. Wow. How many people in the world of Jiu-Jitsu have done that?
The Grand Slam, just me.
Wow. Okay. And mate, I was right about your age, 24.
Yeah, 24.
So let's dive deep here and understand what makes you unique. What have you done? What's your life, I guess, given you to be able to have this that you can apply to Jiu-Jitsu? How did your life start?
Yeah, well, like I grew up in the jungle. I grew up in the Amazon jungle.
Wow.
Yeah, so where I was raised is like 1 day by boat from the big city, Manaus.
Oh, so deep in the jungle.
Yeah, deep in the jungle. So yeah, down the river. So I grew up there, let's say, different from all normal kids.
Okay.
You know, so I grew up like working, helping a lot in the house and with everything. So we grew up like fishing, like hunting, and yeah, like making acai.
Sure, making acai. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, that gave me like a strong mentality, aware, you know, of hard work, you know, and doing what needs to be done. And once I started training Jiu-Jitsu, that I felt like I was mentally stronger than everyone else.
Because of your childhood to 12 years of age,
yeah.
Right, in the jungle, right? And mate, anything else that you might have got from that? For example, I imagine you're eating local foods. Did your health benefit or other mental aspects that you benefit from that life?
Yeah, definitely. Like we grew up planting everything, the fish we did fish it, and then so everything was organic and everything was local, you know. So we used to make everything. So
wow,
the best of
incredible.
Yeah, so
there'll be a lot of people envious to hear that. That's what we want a lot in these modern times, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so at 12 years of age, you left the jungle.
Yeah, I left it because my dad passed away, so I had to go back to the big city to live with my mom.
Okay.
And also that's what was. Few months after that, we started training Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, and mate, going from that life, actually with a major trauma, to the big city, what did you notice? What major differences in your life did you feel?
Well, I think it was really hard for me to adapt, you know, going through such a big trauma and going from the jungle life to a big city, you know, so make really hard for me to adapt. So I think Jiu-Jitsu came at the right time for me, you know, so I was able to express myself doing something, you know, that use my whole body and mind and put all the energy into something. If you to do different stuff, like talking and you know have to connect to other people other than just training, you know. And I think that also made a difference for me because you know I was spending the whole time just thinking and doing Jiu-Jitsu.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of time for yourself, and then a lot of time dedicated to Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
And how long did you do that before? Because you went to São Paulo, big city, 20 million people.
Yeah. So I decided when I take it to become a pro, I was like 14.
Okay.
And then when I was 15, I left my Manaus, where I used to live, and my family lived there until today, to go to São Paulo, and then take it seriously.
So at 14?
15.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know I've lived in São Paulo for a very long time.
Yeah.
On and off.
No family, no friends, no one, just me and...
Wow. So that's another jungle, it's just a concrete jungle. So what did you learn from this jungle?
Well, again, I was just inside the gym the whole time, just training, you know, but that was where I had the opportunity to train people that was doing what I wanted to do. You know, they're world champions. They win like big competitions. You know, so you had that information right there, right in front of you. Yeah, you know, so. So that gave me the belief that I could do it as well, because I could see what they're doing, and the example are right there for me, and that's okay.
Sure,
That's the footpath. You just have to.
That must have been incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Having anyone who loves any sport, training with and being around world champions.
Yeah, definitely. Like as a young boy, see all my idols right there, and yeah, just something out of the world for me.
Yeah, incredible, mate. And tell me, as far as you were born into a very healthy environment for physical health and chemical health of what you're eating, but in São Paulo, I know that it's much harder to maintain that. Were you aware of that? Like what you learned earlier on, did you? I don't know. Could you continue that in São Paulo, or were you aware that you weren't able to nourish yourself the same way? Or?
No, not really. Like so we have all the access to a good food there, but we don't have the information, we don't have the education about it. It's just what we have. Just food is food, right? So we did not have the information about it. So through the years, even when I was in São Paulo, I could not know the difference. And also, let's say, I went through having bad habits of eating and stuff. And as you know, it's not as easy in São Paulo, you know. So. And then not having the information, then I went through a stage as well that financially I started to get better as well, and then the only thing you want to do is eat everything, right? Yeah, so now I get bad habits from that. But later on, more when I moved to Australia, it's when I got more information, more education, food health and what is good for my body, and even being an athlete myself, you cannot force it to follow that path away, you know, but facing up and downs of competition and diet, cutting weight, you always going up and down with your health as well, because you just don't want to see anything else for during the time. And then here in Australia, just trying to create a lifestyle more, and then that's good, better for my body and long term.
Sure, more conducive to health. And mate, how important is nutrition for your performance now?
Yeah, it's everything, right? Because gonna make me perform better in training, or give more time on the mat, more time doing lifting weight and recovering and all that, feeling good through the whole preparation. All gonna give me a better results in the competition.
And you notice that your recovery, you recover faster. We work with a lot of people, obviously, whose diets aren't dialed in, and they say that they take a lot longer to recover.
Yeah.
Mate, and also, what else do you do to recover after training or competing?
Well, so today I have a good routine for recovery. I do a lot of sauna, I do a lot of ice bath, a lot of stretching, lifting weight as well, to keep the body strong the whole time.
Sure. What about stretching?
Yeah, I do a lot of stretching, Is
that your own stretching? You go and do it like a yoga class?
I do some yoga class sometimes, but normally more my own stretching, before class or after class.
Sure. How much time do you dedicate to stretching when you do it?
At least 1 hour a day, 1 hour before, after a sauna as well, before jumping the ice bath, thing like that. So I was trying to add a few stretching there. Feeling the body, seeing where I'm more tight,
And do you consciously hydrate?
Yeah.
What's your hydration routine like?
Normally, we're gonna get there. That's why I came here today as well, to get more information. But I drink a lot of water daily. I would say I drink 4 or 5 liters of water daily.
Okay.
Yeah.
What sort of water?
No water.
Tap water?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, that's always good. The thing is, I love to work with you. You've accomplished things that no one's ever accomplished in Jiu-Jitsu, but we can all identify things that we can improve. And think, imagine how it's going to be when this changes, which is awesome. And mate, what about mindset? Any other pieces of information that you could pass on to anyone who's competing in Jiu-Jitsu, who just wants to be their best maybe, that's helped you, that could help them?
Well, I think the first thing, you always want to keep in mind that I do for myself, is trying to have as much information as you can, make a lot of research and trying to understand something before you start taking action. Of course, you're already taking action, you're already training yourself, you're already doing what is to be done, but always trying to get as much information so you can go the right path.
Yes.
to the whatever goal you're trying to achieve. You know, that I think that gonna make you use your time better instead of like wasting time things that won't take you nowhere. And of course, having a strong mindset, like in the day of the competition or preparing yourself, is something that they're gonna make you feel confident. You know, having a good preparation, put the hours you think is good for you to be ready. You know, whatever schedule you build for yourself of lifting weight, technique, and all that. Make sure you're doing that. So once you get there, that you into yourself and think, okay, I done what I had to do. Now it's time to just showcase what I have done, and make sure you have a winning mindset in the day, like really pushing yourself forward and trying, okay, I'm here to win, I'm gonna win. I'm not here just not trying to lose or whatever happens. You know, I think that having a strong mindset is what make the legends different of the champions and also I think there's levels for champions still, and the ones that take the higher, like the top is the one.
Losing's not normal.
Yeah, you know, so you wanna have a strong mindset. Like, of course, losing is part of the game. You know, it's there, it's for everyone. But you should always be aiming to win.
Yeah, because there's a big difference there between I don't want to lose as opposed to I really want to win.
Yeah.
And mate, what about, it's always intrigued me around fighters of any type really, when they have to cut weight, how that can affect them. Obviously it does affect their health, so much so that a lot actually faint around doing the weigh-ins. But psychologically, is it common that it affects you when you have to cut weight for an event at the time of going in to compete?
I think physically you definitely feel it. You know, like if you do a good preparation, you can recover well. But if you do a bad weight cut and then sometimes you don't feel 100%, and then it's all mental, and then you really need to put everything together and say, okay, I'm gonna win for what I have here, you know, and I'm still gonna win, you know. That's when strategy gonna come in. That's when the mindset gonna come in strong and ready, you know, because it's easy to win when you're 100%, right? You're feeling good, you're happy, you done a whole preparation. But if you have an injury or did a bad preparation or a bad weight cut, and then things start to go bad, and trying to bounce back from that is what make people different as well.
Fair enough. Except that, hey, the prep wasn't as good as what it could be, but hey, I'm here now.
I'm gonna make that happen.
and what would be a good preparation for you for a weight cut?
For a weight cut, it's make sure I have a good time frame, you know, before the competition, so have the set goal from there, and then work through the weeks, doing proper thing, of course checking if everything's going well, you know, feeling good with the weight cut, but not losing performance. I think that's the most important thing for me, is make sure I don't lose performance
while you're training.
Yeah, because I have seen so many people, okay, they're closer to the weight, they make there, but they can't train anymore. They are not pushing themselves anymore. So then, for me, it doesn't make much sense if you're losing performance. You know, end of the day, you're there to perform. Then if you can't perform, you're not doing the right thing. You know. So I'm always trying to measure my performance in the training room, see how well I'm doing or how bad I'm doing, and why that. You know, why I'm doing well, why I'm doing bad, and you know, so I can. Through the preparation, you can start adjusting things and see what I can do better.
Okay, so you've made weight. Let's imagine you're about to compete in Abu Dhabi. It's coming up, right?
Yeah.
What does your diet look like between making weight and competing, and how long have you got?
It depends on the federation. Like for example, the Abu Dhabi federation that I'm gonna do next, you wait in 1 day before.
Okay.
So you have 24 hours at least to recover. You know, so then you can get all your liquids back. You know, you can get some carb in, and then put some weight back to the other day.
Is there a type of food that gives you more energy in that 24 hours for the event? For example, more carbs or more good fats?
Yeah, I try to eat more carbs, a lot of pasta there
And you notice that,
get the energy back.
Mate, you mentioned, just concluding now, but you mentioned that having examples are really important, you know, that you can learn from. So have you got much in English where anyone wanting to learn from you could follow?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you guys can follow me on my social media.
Okay.
I'm always trying to put some contents there, you know, like of my daily routine or competition,
Right.
where you guys can follow me. But I have my own school here as well. So
Yeah, and that's in Byron Bay.
In Byron Bay,
Yeah.
if someone wanna come and train.
You're giving regular seminars as well, right?
Teaching seminar like all around Australia, around the world as well. So.
And how important is that? Like, I imagine a seminar you're talking, and Jiu-Jitsu dojo you're practicing. But how important is the theory when you're speaking with people who?
Yeah, definitely. Like every time I do my seminars, I'm trying to explain the concepts behind it and what leads me to do the technique, you know, and trying to make them understand overall what I'm doing there and why they should take something from that. No, they don't need to take everything, but something from that to add to their own game or to their own jiu-jitsu. And then trying to cover not only like a techniques, but like how you should be training yourself and how you should be preparing yourself and how should you be taking your jiu-jitsu journey from that. No?
Fantastic. Hey mate, last question. With so much that you've already accomplished at 24, what do you want to accomplish in the next 5, 10 or 15 years?
I think for me now, as an athlete, I want to keep competing and win awards as many years as I can. But as a personal life, I want to still want to be growing my school, want to be teaching, you know, like now we're having a lot of kids coming in, like as I told you, as a young boy one day looking for the champion, today I'm the champion, the young boys are looking for me, you know, so I want to, of course, set an example for them and be able to influence in their lives as much as I can. If one day they decide to take on that path and be able to guide them, that I think that would be something very fulfilling for me.
Mate, congratulations, it's incredible. Hey, good luck with everything. Thank you so much for passing this info on.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck for Abu Dhabi, which is coming up, yeah.
Let's do it.
Right, mate.